Welcome, I'm Kinetic Symphony. I hunt down and report on mysterious and weird true stories, from glitches to the paranormal. Case file number 116, written by Rebecca Lynn. On a sunny day, a shock of darkness engulfs her. Okay, so I've never posted on Reddit and made this account strictly to post this because I'm at a loss and confused and have no idea what the hell I experienced yesterday. My husband, 2 kids, and I went to O'Reilly's to get some car parts yesterday. My husband ran in while the kids and I stayed in the car. It was a perfect day, sunny, 73, not one single cloud in the sky, and it was about 1:45 in the afternoon. We had been sitting in the car for a couple of minutes when all of a sudden everything, and I mean everything, went pitch black for a second, and I had no sense of sound. It was gone as fast as it came and I thought I had blacked out. Before I could say anything, my 7-year-old son said, "Mom, what just happened?" My heart instantly dropped because there's no freaking way he just experienced the exact same thing at the exact same time, right? Just to make sure I didn't put anything into his head, I asked what he was talking about. He said word for word, "It was totally dark for a minute and I couldn't hear anything." I was absolutely dumbfounded and had no idea how to respond to him considering I was having an internal panic attack, trying to stay calm so I wouldn't scare him. I immediately rolled down my window and looked everywhere for some kind of explanation. A blimp, a plane, maybe a cloud, even a bird, though I knew none of that could explain what we experienced. But there was nothing, not a single thing in the perfectly blue sky. There was a man fixing his car right next to us, and he was completely unfazed, so I don't believe he experienced it. My husband returned to the car and I told him everything. He of course thought we were pranking him, but quickly came to believe us after I started crying because I was terrified. I've never been a religious person, and I've never really looked into or believed any theories like the simulation, but boy, let me tell you after yesterday, I'm not sure I can believe anything but the simulation theory. I stumbled upon this thread as soon as I started reading on Google, trying to find answers, and I have found so many accounts of people experiencing the exact same thing. To make it even weirder, I noticed that in a lot of people's experiences, it's happened on a cloudless sunny day and several were parents with their children. I'm not sure what the point of me posting this is, but I felt like this was the only place I would be able to tell my story without people saying I'm crazy. Case notes, file number 116. You're right, a lot of people seem to be experiencing this phenomena. It clearly isn't caused by a plane or anything in the sky. Even with the moon in perfect alignment to create an eclipse, day turns into dusk, not 100% pitch blackness. You also mentioned the lack of sound. That's a new detail that I haven't heard from other sun glitch stories. I wonder if your son also experienced this lack of noise. He mentioned it went black for a minute. Was that just a figure of speech, or did his perception of this event endure longer than yours did? Then there's also the man working on his car who appeared to not have experienced anything, although maybe he was just pretending not to, so he didn't appear crazy. If he wasn't pretending, then it does lean towards a non-geographical glitch, something about you and your son caused it, or interacted with the area in your immediate vicinity inside the car. How peculiar. Case file number 117, written by WhyAmISoFreakingGood. Even after passing away, his cousin's grudge remained. I haven't shared this with anyone until now. My experience was terrifying. Here it is. My cousin Jack died last month. I didn't care though. In fact, me and my other cousins were happy that he died. He is utter trash. When we were teenagers, he tried to kill me because I told my mom, who in turn informed his mother that he's doing drugs. So later, he convinced my other cousin to move in with him after she was kicked out of her house. Then for the first whole week, he pimped her out for buying drugs and also took turns in abusing her. She was horrified by what was happening around her, and there's no way she could have contacted us as he took her mobile and Mac away from her. She did escape, but trauma stayed with her and later she committed suicide. Everyone in the family came to know about the suicide, but nobody pressed charges because his parents begged us not to. His mom had a terminal illness and she begged us all not to take away her son. Last month, he OD'd and died. I didn't even attend his funeral. So coming to last week, I had a weird dream where he appeared and threatened to kill me. He said he came to kill me. I was scared to death. In my dream, I went back into my home and took my dad's revolver, and when he was banging on my door, I shot a few rounds at the door, and after some silence, I was relieved. But again, there was a heavy bang at my door, and it got broken, and I don't remember how, but I tricked him from room to room and ran outside with my gun. After he came to know that I was outside, he came straight to me, and I shot a few rounds at him. It didn't hurt, I guess, but he was kinda trying to avoid getting shot, and in a whole fiasco, he escaped to my neighbor's home while I was shooting continuously. I have no idea how the revolver kept on continuously with bullets, more than 30 or 40 shots, but then again it was a dream. Then I heard he was throwing tantrums loudly, and he was throwing things in their house, and then I heard a big scream, still in the dream, from my neighbor's home, and with that sudden shock combined with heavy sweating, I was awake. I couldn't sleep at all. Everything felt so real in a dream. I thought it was just a nightmare, but next morning, I came to know that my neighbor's wife was dead. I couldn't brush it off as coincidence because she was in her early 30s, perfectly fine, no complications. She was a health-conscious person and tomboy type, and even the coroner couldn't find the cause of death. Edit 1. I confirmed if anything else happened with my other cousins. They said nothing weird happened, but they believed in my experience and told me that they knew that Jack always hated me for ratting him out. When he was alive, he occasionally told them that if it ever came to an end, the last thing that would make him happy is killing me. Edit 2. After reading a few comments, I would not push my end of the picture that I'm believing or bringing, but I felt obligated to correct and confirm a few things. 1. The scream from my neighbor's wife was in the dream, not in real life. 2. I woke up being all sweaty at around 3:20. I checked the clock, and the estimated time of my neighbor's death is between 3 to 5 a.m. Case notes, file number 117. Damn, this is an emotionally charged story, seriously. I'm just glad you're okay. It's actually somewhat straightforward in my mind though. When we pass, we leave an echo behind, an imprint of sorts. A kind of manifestation of who we are in energy. In this case, Jack was a total jerk, and in that imprint left behind, filled to the brim with potent hatred, he tried to kill you. However it happened, you were able to resist this in your dream, and he switched targets as a result. I guess that kind of hatred boils over, and the target doesn't even really matter. Really sad about your neighbor though. Damn. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. And feel free to watch more on my channel. I have a lot more content.